Gene Sarazen won the 1935 Masters by defeating Craig Wood in the tournament's only 36-hole playoff. The Squire hit the shot heard round the world, a double eagle at the 15th, where a bridge memorializes his remarkable feat. Years later, Sarazen's presence as the honorary starter was a springtime tradition until his passing in 1999. Gene Sarazen, a rich part of Augusta lore, legendary at the Masters.
Think of him every time there's that ceremonial first shot. You just saw the last swing of his life. He died 5 weeks to the day after he struck that shot back in 1999 at the age of 98. It was one of the most beautiful shots I ever saw. Didn't travel far, but it was flush and a perfect trajectory. As we go to the third hole.
Mickelson. And that is a perfect drive. Just where he wanted to be. Oosthuizen checking the yardage on the tee at the fourth. And now Peter Hansen. Dropped one, -8.
Come on, carry.
And that, asking for it to carry the bunkers.
I don't think it did.
And it may have ducked in there, other side of that mound. So a little bit of a nervous start. Third hole.
This way I can hit a normal shot. Just try getting it landing by the tree there.
Peter Hansen getting ready for his second shot. This bunker's not a part of the original design, but added in the early 80s, coming into play.
The other 2 yards left of that flagstick, Bill, is perfect, even if it falls off the green by a yard or two.
It's like that's where he was aiming, and it's going to come up short. That's unfortunate. With a couple of feet, and that could have been very good, but instead, that's where he ends up.
And again, the awkward thing, that's a good 6-7 feet below the green surface, so you can't see your landing spot. Makes chipping so difficult here.
To 5.
Padraig Harrington, he's at 5 under.
Posing a very strange follow through.
Yeah, it's an awkward hole, but what a glorious shot it is. Back there where Sean O'Hair hit it and made birdie from the same spot. Back to 3.
Now Phil. Just 75 yards left.
Oh, the one skipper with some spin.
Phil will have a nice little look at birdie, which should be his first of the day. Let's go ahead to 4.
Looking back from the green to the elevated tee behind the third green. Tournament leader Louis Oosthuizen, 10 under par. Really don't want to miss in the front right bunker here. Very difficult up and down. Oh, it's come up short of it. That's a good club short and definitely the right.
I don't think that helps him being
Side
there.
is dead there. That's terrible there, Nick, isn't it?
Yeah.
This whole location, Nick, is so hard if you do miss the green to chip it anywhere near the hole, regardless of the lie, upslope or not.
Yeah, it's no more than 9 paces wide, that front little slither of the green. False front eats into it at least 7 paces. Brutal hole location.
Bubba now will go with the big high fade. Well, that's good control. Back to 3.
Hansen. Third shot upcoming. And steps back because of the proximity of the tee, and you heard the shout for Bubba Watson. So Hansen will regroup. It's off to the right of the screen. Not very far away at all. Bogey at 1, par at 2.
Yeah, had awkward pitch at 1, so this is similar. Just don't leave it high of the hole. Oh no.
So unable to stop it close to the hole location. And this was Bubba a moment ago at 4.
Absolutely perfect. That will roll to 30 feet beyond the hole, but you really can't expect or even try for anything better than that here. Back there at 3, if I'd been Peter Hansen, I would have waited till all of that had gone away and let them go before I played that pitch as we head to 6.
And the second shot for Lee Westwood just off the front of the green, and that is a 2. Westwood, 2 bogeys, 2 birdies now, and still within hailing distance of the lead.
It didn't put a smile on his face though, Vern.
No.
He's feeling the frustration of the chipping mistakes throughout the week.
Back to 3.
Third hole is the same yardage that it was when the very first tournament, then called the Augusta National Invitation, was played back in 1934, 350 yards. Hansen. Affable man from Sweden playing in only his second Masters. An important putt for par. Well, 2 drop shots in the first 3 holes. And he'll put the coin down. Over to 4.
One would have thought after that beautiful 15-foot putt for par back at the 3rd that would have been a wonderful nerve settler for Louis Oosthuizen after the 2, the Albatross back at the 2nd. It really would have been a very calming result back at 3, but the tee shot here at 4 was one of the worst iron shots we've seen him play all week. He has to play this land at just over the bunker and use the back slope, feed it around right to left, and then roll it down the hill. It hasn't picked up much momentum yet, so it won't get all the way back down, but it was the only way that he could get this ball anywhere near to save his par. He'll gather off to the right, and he'll get a little bit of a read from Bubba Watson's putt. That left for par.
And at the 3rd, is Mickelson ready to get this round jump started after failing to birdie the par 5 second?
It's about the longest run, Jim, that Phil's had, but he hasn't made something happen. 2 holes.
Well, yesterday, I remember 9 pars on the first 9. Here's Harrington at the 5th for birdie.
That would have been huge. That's the one area of his game. I spoke to him earlier in the week. He's so happy with everything. He said it's all about the putter.
Meanwhile, Peter Hansen putting for his bogey. So, a very poor start for Peter. all fives. And he's dropped from first to third as we return to the fourth.
And Bubba Watson, who's already had one birdie today at the second. This will gather to our right as it gets closer to the hole. Ooh, he's left that 4 foot short. Not a good effort. Still a little jumpy, not quite comfortable there yet. Back to 3.
Mickelson now just to finish it out with a 4. Second alone. Meanwhile, over at 14, Hideki Matsuyama is 1 behind Patrick Cantlay now for low amateur. Cantlay's already in at +7. Oh, very nice. How about this finish by Patrick Cantlay today? He makes 9 at the 13th, makes a quad, then doubles this hole the 14th, then goes eagle, birdie, birdie, 3-2-3 to make a run at low am. It's going to be interesting again to see what Matsuyama can do with that in the closing 4 holes as we go back to the fourth.
And he's had a good opportunity to see what happened to Bubba Watson's putt here. This one not quite as fast as it appears, but does break severely to the right. Makes a brilliant putt to save par at the third. Can he do it again? No, he's come up short as well. So that'll be a bogey 4 at the fourth. Difficult hole, only 1 birdie all day. And he gives one of the 3 that he made up at the second back here. So he is just 1 in front now of Phil Mickelson. But the demeanor doesn't change. Still a smile on the face.
You know, just thinking of a lot of viewers thinking, well, why didn't these guys just hit these putts harder? But you can't. You just have to literally use the momentum of the putter face to just give it a fraction more. You can never stand up here, anything that remotely downhill, and give it a hit, can you?
No, I agree, Nick. It was always one of the problems I faced here, being a firm putter. I would have to use the toe of my putter so often on these sort of putts to just allow myself to still accelerate through. And 3 is a very good score there. So he remains even today, 1 bogey, 1 birdie. And he heads to the 5th, and we're here with Kuchar.
Yeah, Matt Kuchar, perfect position off the tee here.
Yeah, Kuchar's swooped a few famous draws in over the last couple of years. Can he do it again? Oh no, into the bank. That will go backwards down to the front of the green, and he'll have all of 30 plus yards of putt there.
As we go back to the fourth.
I just want to hit that back slope.
No, I understand that.
Phil saying he just wants to get to that back slope and allow the ball to collect back to the hole.
Kind of slight hurt. I think it's a nice fit, you know?
Yeah.
Just be patient. Wait on the wind you want. Definitely going to want a little bit of hurt with that club.
Some of the best conversations we overhear between Phil Mickelson and Jim Mackay. A great man to have on the bag beside you. This is 220 yards, and that's a 4-iron going left.
It's gone back into the trees.
It's gone back. That could be... There's a hazard over to the left. There's a lot of trees, a lot of shrubbery. Wow, he was trying to hit the high fade, Nick, into that back slope and bring it back down, but that was a huge fade.
That's dangerous for him into right to left wind. It was a fading wind. I'm surprised he didn't just hit a solid draw. Even if it went to the real back of the green, that would have been fine, wouldn't it, Ian?
Exactly.
Got to forget.
Oh,
You've
no,
got to
you saw
forget
the
the whole
bounce.
location. Just got to forget that whole location. Find a chunk of the green that you believe you can hit. Not easy. Far from it.
And quickly over to 5T.
And Oosthuizen off his bogey at 4.
This is plenty of club driving. Must be right to left down. unless he believes he can just smash it over those two gigantic bunkers down the left. Oh, that's peachy for Georgia. Sure is.
Boy, he did smash it, didn't he?
Oh, that's 300 yards plus.
Let's go back to the fourth, Ian Baker Finch.
Well, as Peter Hansen gets set to play here, also getting some direction from Mark Sherwood, his caddy, obviously telling him not to hit it where Phil has. Over to the left, if the ball finds the hazard over there, he'll have to take a drop, but if the stands are in his way, he may be able to get a free relief drop if it's not in the hazard. So we'll wait and see where that ball has ended up. But it could be a penalty shot for Phil Mickelson here at 4. Oh, beautiful shot. Will it feed back?
Yeah, that's the best you can do.
That will feed back almost to exactly where Bubba Watson putted from. Very, very popular spot. So that was a very good shot after the shot from Phil Mickelson ahead of him. Well, a few moments ago, we heard a roar down there near Rays Creek, down on the other side of the course, and here we are at the 16th.
Now, this was quite some time ago, and this was Adam Scott. Remember that he almost aced this hole last year? Well, there you are. Second today for Adam Scott. And a moment ago, just to keep things going, Adam Scott with his third shot at 17. Well, unlike Oosthuizen, who couldn't find his caddy's hand after the double eagle, Adam Scott has no problem. A 1 and a 3. And let's go to 18.
And Tiger Woods, final hole of the tournament. I'm sure it hasn't gotten here quickly enough for him. Not a contender since Friday afternoon. And that's a good shot coming here to close. He'll have a birdie putt, but over par again today. And we go back to the 5th and Matt Kuchar.
Well, it didn't quite go all the way back down to the front of the green. It's still 60, 70 feet up over the hill with about an 8-foot of break. And yeah, you just about take that one. Extra speed in these greens today is
You guys,
Over at the
people
fourth.
here right on top of him.
down in the bamboos, Ian Baker Finch.
There is a lateral hazard down there. Does not appear to me at this point in that lateral hazard. It appears like he's found it in the bamboo and the other shrubbery down there, and it's short of the observation stands. Trying to figure out some way of getting in there to just chop it out, hopefully up and down it for a bogey 4. This is an unsettling position for Phil to find himself, Nick, isn't it, at this early in the round?
Absolutely. The best he can do is get it into the bunker there. That would be some achievement.
Unplayable's going to leave me here with no backswing.
Definitely it. Yeah, that's it.
No, that. Yeah.
He is allowed to identify the ball.
Well, I got to be
He
able to
must identify the ball.
I can't see if it's my ball or not.
Okay, good. Mark it.
Oh, he lift it out, or how do you want
You
me
can
to do it?
just mark the ball and then you can lift it. You got not a clean.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it is Phil's ball.
If you
Matt Kuchar made his par up ahead at 5. He remains 6 under. Well, the problem that he faces here now is if it's unplayable, he's got a 2 club length relief rule. but he can't get a swing or a shot with 2 club lengths. He was telling his caddy Jim, if he does take 2 club lengths, he may not be able to have a backswing. He can also go back as far as he wants to, keeping that point and the flag in a straight line, but then he's going deeper into the woods.
Well, this or go back to the tee. I'm hoping I can get it to here and at least have a shot.
Sir, I need you to scoot in there, please.
So he could replay the shot from the tee. He'd be playing 3 from the tee. Would make 5 a good score. It looks like he's going to turn the club around and go right-handed and just try and scuff it out somehow. And he had to be careful that didn't hit him, because that's a 2-shot penalty. Wow, Nick, now he's still got no shot.
Need anything? Be able to get out of your way.
No, I'm watch out, guys.
Well, why don't we get them way out of the way? We don't have to get the ball to stop and ultimately getting to the grass. We should just have it to 30 yards.
You know, I'm not sure that he had much of a shot in, even if he'd got it out into the pine straw. I mean, he's got to get it up and over the bunker, right?
That's right. To me, he had a better chance of getting it perhaps on the green in 3 had he gone back to the tee.
To the tee?
Now he has no chance of getting it on the green in 3.
I agree, guys.
All right, that's actually fine.
Well, we don't want to take a chance of them stopping.
Had that ball ricocheted off the bamboo and hit him, it would be a 1-stroke penalty just for hitting him.
That's good. Thank you.
As well as counting the shot. Now Nicky's still going. We've seen him do this before. He's a master at all these sort of...
I just wonder where he's thinking what he'd like to leave it. Back off the front of the greens. Oh, somewhere. Now he's still... Now he's on the crunchy grass, which has been sanded constantly through the week after the rain, where all the patrons have walked. So another completely different surface to try and play one off.
Yes, you have to play this like a bunker shot. Big swing, keep the weight to the right, and playing his 4th.
Yeah, but it's rock hard, Ian. You know, you'd almost have to shut the face, because if any bounce on the club, you could thin this one straight over the other side.
I think 5 is almost impossible from where he is. He's looking 6 in the face. This is his 3rd. See, he said that he wanted to take his time, but I don't think he really did take his time there.
I think he was trying to force that onto the upslope of the bunker, which would have given him the best chance of getting it up and down.
Yep. But he didn't hit it cleanly or squarely.
Yeah. And now, I don't know if he can use the slope to the left, Ian, but if he's got that 64-degree wedge and tries to play the super flop, oh boy, that's what that practice swing's looking like. This is one, if you had it just a fraction fat, you can leave it right in front of you.
Or in the bunker and plugged.
Well, it's almost as firm as a car path. It's been that trampled. When we walk around the green areas, obviously this has been trampled hard for 5 or 6 days now.
Try and land it well left of the hole and use that back slope with some spin. In the bunker for 4. That is just amazing.
That just shows you, one bad decision.
That's right.
Can lead to just a string of them.
I've been talking all morning. Did I mention at the start of one of these shows that you can't keep going at everything 100%. You've got to bail out.
And even here, Nick, he's going at the flag for the improbable shot rather than trying to make sure he flies the bunker and use the backslope.
Yeah.
So he's going for the 5, not saving the 6.
And he mentioned it. Going back to the tee wasn't such a bad thing. It sounds terrible on a par 3.
Well, it certainly would have been better than this. Great shot. Not many players in the field could have got it that close. Plenty of spin, but that for a triple bogey 6. Wow, that is something you don't see very often from Phil Mickelson. Now let's go up ahead to the 5th now.
Well, all of that's happening. Oosthuizen has this for birdie.
overread it. I don't think we can't criticize any player for going past the flag today. We can't say, well, that was too hard, because they're at tournament speed, and I wish I could tell you what tournament speed was, because it is unbelievable.
Well, it looks like Phil's going to make triple over at the fourth. Had he gone back to the tee, that means he would have made a 4 with the second ball to match it. You got to think that, that would have been a possibility, but certainly 5 would have been a much better likelihood.
Well, that's going to be his second triple of the week, Jim.
Yep, the first day on Thursday, lost ball at the 10th hole when he fell all the way to 4 over for the tournament and then recovered, which now he's going to have to summon the strength to do that again. Here's Oosthuizen now, who's about to have a gap if he can hold this one.
This is the putt Harrington had it. Goes to the player's right. They hit it so softly. It's beautifully done. This man has the control in his hands, the tempo. Everything is as smooth as silk.
This was earlier at 5. Bubba had this for birdie. Bubba still very much a part of it. And gets there for a birdie. Yes, indeed. Bubba Watson to 7 under par. And he's going to be in a second place tie here in a moment. Over to 4.
And a triple bogey 6 for Phil Mickelson will drop him back to 5 under. Wow, how easily it can happen. Just 20 minutes ago, he had a perfect position in the third fairway, looking for a birdie to go to 9 under. Missed that opportunity, and then makes 6 here at the fourth. Just before Phil putted, this was earlier for Peter Hansen. 30 feet left to right break down the hill. Very nice lag putt there for Peter Hansen.
Yeah, he's got his own.
That in.
He's got his own nerves to deal with, Ian, and then he's got to watch Phil.
And at the 6th, here's Padraig Harrington for birdie. Bingo! Remember, he had 4 in a row, and he's missed several opportunities in the first 5 holes, but he cans that one. And Padraig is at 6 under to 7.
And Lee Westwood for birdie. So a lot of action on the leaderboard. Lee Westwood gets to 5 under. Let's go to 18.
And with only 2 birdies all week long on the second 9. This to close an awful Augusta experience for Tiger this year. Birdie it is in a round of 74. His highest Masters finish as a professional. Team here is the pre-tournament favorite in most minds after his win at Bay Hill. And then his next shot now for a major will come at Olympic Club in the Lake Course in the U.S. Open in June. Tied 41st. Now over on the 5th tee. Phil trying to maximize the right side of that tee box.
Yeah, it's looking for a draw. I don't think you have to be quite that excessive on a. It's not going to make a lot of difference. 2 feet with a 3-wood in your hand.
Come on, good focus. See your shot.
Final thought, Nick, from you about Tiger this week?
Oh, for me, Jim, what Tiger's got to find. They're looking for fractions in their golf swing. He has to find a go-to shot. One he can absolutely trust he can pull off, and I think that would start to increase his self-belief. At the moment, he doesn't have his self-belief is probably the lowest it's ever been in his career.
Even with his recent win?
Oh, even with his recent win, because he's walked from the range here this week and gone onto the golf course and hit shots on the golf course that he's probably never seen before.
This was earlier on the 5th tee, Hansen.
Come on, Win. Now, don't move it that way. Come on.
And And that's just off the fairway. Hansen a couple over through 4. Mickelson 3 over through 4. Two triples for the week. He bounced back big time from the one on Thursday. Now, with just 14 holes to play, can he recover from this one? It's the shot left that has always doomed him in some big spots, Nick.
Absolutely. I'm very surprised he's hit some fantastic draws this week. That really was the classic one to go with, the solid draw. Hit it up the back of the green. 3 or 4 is certainly better than the 6 he's just taken.
Second shot just barely dribbled it out of the bamboo. This one nearly hit him. His third. Fourth, he went right at it. And came up short. Could have been a 7, I guess is one thing you can say.
Yeah, at least that was a really good one.
It's a 6 on the card. 3 over on one hole, while Oosthuizen was 3 under on one hole today, the second. Just the 4th double eagle in Masters history. And he has seized the lead here at the 2012 Masters.